Ignore everything I previously said. I've libelled myself.
And so I don't know where you found the energy to hide the body, but congratulations to you for moving it all by yourself.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was hard. I've been doing lots of squats. You got to lift from your knees, not from your back.
I heard that. I tried that once, out for a month.
There you go. But yeah, so we should stop recording before we...
yes, let's do it. Yes,
because we got to burn this now.
Yes, yeah. And ourselves.
And ourselves.
Fire must cleanse us.
Almost certainly.
This is the Peter Greenwood Show. I am here with somebody who's doing a show at the Fringe. Could you tell me your name and your show title,
Oh,
please?
hello. My name's Adele Cliff, and my show is called Adele Cliff's Topical Early Late Show with Adele Cliff. It's important to get your name in there a few times
really
just to
is.
make sure people know.
As the host of the Peter Greenwood Show, believe
Well,
me.
yes. Have you thought about adding her with Peter Greenwood on the end?
I have thought about it.
You could do it.
Like, there's been many iterations of his show. There's been, like, live on the Peter Greenwood Show.
That's
There's
pretty
been,
fun.
like, let's stream with Peter Greenwood. And so I did it because for a long time my name wasn't the highlight of the show. To be like The Vault with Peter Greenwood or The Big Drive Home. And then I was fired and I was like, fuck it. I want it to be
stick my name on everything.
Show.
Yeah. I was tempted with mine to put on a Adele Cliff's Topical Early Late Show with Adele Cliff featuring Adele Cliff, but I thought that's probably a bit too silly.
I don't think that's far enough. I think
and special guest Adele Cliff. And just, there's
say
so many ways to carry on.
Guest Adele Cliff.
But
featuring thoughts from Adele Cliff.
Featuring Adele Cliff and written by Adele Cliff. I mean, there's also other people in it, but mostly Adele Cliff. And also them.
How are you today, Adele?
Good. It's nice. It's suspiciously nice outside after all the flash floods a couple of days ago. That's nice.
Were you affected by that?
Well, it was my day off, so show-wise, no. And also, I just got home before it happened, so I had dry feet.
That is lucky.
And that is crucial. And I also haven't brought a raincoat to Edinburgh, so it's good that I was indoors because I would have been very bedraggled.
Yeah,
so
like you would have just been like, I am soggy.
Just so soggy and probably carrying loads and loads of wet flyers as well. So it's a good thing I was indoors.
And flyers don't hold up well in the rain.
Mine are okay. They get sticky. I go for a decent number of GUSM. Or GSM, I think is how you meant to say that. So it's not too floppy, but still, they don't want to be wet. So yeah, I do feel bad for flyers standing in the rain being like, free comedy, and you're like, go inside.
There was a guy I saw during the flash flood who was out with a whip. He was out just all over the place.
Was it working? It sounds very cool. I don't know if I'd be persuaded to go and see something because of that.
I think it made me want to go and see it. Like, is there more whips? What is he whipping? Who is he whipping? Is there a safe word?
I suppose there are lots of questions, actually, now that you say it. Where is this whip guy? Get him up here.
Sure. We should find a whip guy. We should, do some kind of mental power to find a whip guy.
Yeah. We can find him. We can have a crack at it.
We can. If you're listening, whip. Oh, my. I am so proud of that and also simultaneously horrified it took me so long to get it. That is exactly
the reaction that was meant to get. Horror and a bit of pride.
I admire you.
Thank you.
So what is the Topical Late Show?
Topical Early Late Show. It's only at 7:20, so I put the word early in there so people weren't like, oh, it'll be at 10. It is...
Or 11:35 on CBS.
Well, exactly.
Well, not anymore.
Not anymore. It's a show that we write every day about the day's news and, big current affairs-y things. And so it's like monologue-y jokes about specific topics. I have a reporter who's Will Davies, very funny comedian. He does a bit every day about something that happened on that day in history and also some other jokes and stuff. I have a house band. That's Katie Pritchard.
You have a band?
A house band, yeah.
I don't have a band.
Well, my house band is only one person, but she does play 15 instruments.
At the same time?
She probably could. She's very talented.
If you hear Katie...
Yeah, Katie, get over here with all of them. Yeah. Mainly I get her to play kazoo and slide whistle in the show.
I love slide
They're
whistles.
Both fun instruments. But yeah, Katie's my house band. She does we have an opening and closing theme. She does one or two songs about newsworthy things. And then we have a special guest at the end who we chat to. And yeah.
What can you tell us about the special guest? Is it always the same guest? Or?
No, it's different every time. So who have we had? Tonight's Sid Singh. Yesterday we had Sarah Keyworth. We've got Ed Byrne coming up next week. And we've got loads and loads of really good people. I have basically manipulated all of my friends and acquaintances into coming into a venue much smaller than they would ever normally play. And it's good.
I have to ask a question, though. Are you sure about this Ed Byrne fella? Are you sure he's going to be able to, shall we say, mock the week?
I think he's got some potential. you know what? It seems like he's written a good joke or two. I think he might have something.
I just feel like maybe go easy on him.
Fair. Yeah, what you think? Tee him up for some good ones and help him out. He might. Yeah. You know, I'll do that.
As you said, he's a mate.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to show him up. But yeah, so it should be fun. It's been nice.
So, where did the idea of doing it like a late night talk show come from?
I really like American late night shows.
Yeah.
I really like Seth Meyers is my favourite one. I really love A Closer Look, where he just goes into normally what Trump's been doing. And I really love like the segments he does, like jokes Seth can't tell and stuff like that. And also I like John Oliver. And I like all of like the late night as a thing. And
John Oliver is pretty great. Now that Colbert's out the game, I think John Oliver is the go-to.
Yeah, Colbert was amazing as well. John Oliver, there's a lot of really talented people there really doing wonderfully thoughtful and funny stuff that's responsive to things that have happened fairly recently. And there's loads of people in the UK who would be great at that, but we don't really have as many opportunities to do it. But I thought it would be fun to do because I like topical writing, but I don't get to do it very often. And I thought it would be a nice way to prove to people that I'm good at it. And hopefully they'll be like, wow, Adele's great. We should get her to write topical things more often. And that would be nice. Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? I wonder if you get this as well, because I used to do a daily drive time show, and that was during President Fuckwit's first term.
Yeah.
And people would say to me, you must be so happy now he's president. Well, no, because he is affecting people's lives, people are dying, so that's not super funny. Do you get that kind of thing as well? Like, oh, you must love Trump, you must love Boris,
he's
a
good mind for material, but like, I'm a good enough writer that if he wasn't there, I can write stuff about other things. Like, the news is a lot of stuff. And just because one person dominates it doesn't mean that there isn't other news that could be funny. So, sure, he's sort of funny and would be funnier, though, if he didn't actually have loads of power and wasn't actually ruining lots of people's lives and, you know, killing people in wars. So,
like, if he was just sitting in, like, his shack doing
If he was
a
just
TikTok.
doing what he used to do, which is, like, being an incompetent businessman who's slowly spending all his parents' wealth, that would continue to be funny, and you could write jokes about that. But, yeah, him as a politician is frustrating to watch, but also there's jokes to be made at least.
Yeah. How do you get humour out of some of the things in the news? Because the world is going through a lot. What's that process like for you?
Some things are worth leaving for a day or two to see how they develop. It's not worth being like, we must have the first joke about this thing if it's something sad or something that's not clear. And some things require you to be a bit silly with them. Some things require you to be a bit sort of sarcastic about them, and some things require just sort of analysis, I think, of them. And I think as long as people can tell that you are coming at every story from sort of a compassionate point of view, then you can make fairly fun jokes about most things, I think.
And how did you get the other two members of the team to come and join you?
Bribery.
What did you bribe them with?
I bribed them with the promise of future success. As Will, I've known for a long time. He's actually my housemate in London. So I've known him most of the time. He's been doing comedy, and he's a very good writer. And Katie I've known for, maybe nearly a decade that we've both been doing comedy. And we've done lots of improv shows and shows together at Leicester Comedy Festival and things. And so they're just both people I know very well, and both people I know I can work with very well. And that's quite important, especially if you're doing a show which requires a lot of work, to have people where you're like, well, we all understand how we work and what our jobs are and how to work with each other. Because it would be a bad time to try and work with someone you didn't know.
It would be difficult, especially for a run as long as the Fringe.
Yeah, you don't want to get to day 23 and be like, oh, we all murdered each other.
Yeah.
So.
Or you get to day 23 and you're like, and then this happened, didn't it?
Yeah,
and
nothing.
Fucking nothing, not a sausage.
Exactly. No, it's they're both very talented, and I've known them a while, so they were easy to get involved because they're nice and said yes.
It's always nice to have nice people.
It is nice to work with nice people.
Yes. Which is a show that's playing at Underbelly at 2:45 every afternoon, except the 17th. For tickets, more information.
Sounds worthwhile.
That's been one of my favourite jokes this whole Fringe, whenever somebody
fun,
says something.
I've got one I might try tonight because it didn't quite... I said it weird yesterday, but yesterday was the anniversary of the Churchill speech where he said, never has so much been owed by so many to so few, which is arguably every bucket speech at the end of every show, basically. But I've got to work out how to phrase that so it's a joke and not just a point. Yeah.
Has there ever been a joke where the audience has been like, ooh, have you ever felt like you've gone too far?
I wouldn't say this one's where I go too far. I think there's somewhere I know that people might react that way. So I've written with that in mind, and that I'm not being like, I'm going to provoke them. I'm like, I'll do the punchline I want to do, and then I'll have a follow-up to address whether they react that way. But the people I'm taking aim at are all the... it's a lot of punching up the billionaires and people like that, so they can take a few hits.
Yeah.
And they deserve to.
And if you're listening and you're a billionaire, come get hit.
Come get hit or come to my show, put something in the bucket, a percentage of your wealth, the same as someone who earns very little putting in £10, consider how much of your wealth that would be.
Does it ever unnerve you? Because that's the thing about the news, is it does change every day and multiple times every day. So essentially when you wake up, you have a blank sheet every day. What's that like? Does that ever terrify you?
A little bit. There's some days where you sort of, weirdly, some stories drag on and on and on, like the drought and the heat waves and stuff. They were going on for days, as heat waves tend to. And a lot of the headlines were again and again about various different elements of that. And I was sort of thinking... Well, firstly, I want it to be over because it's bad for the planet, but also I want it to be over so there's a different headline story. But yeah, it's a little intimidating. It's sort of a hope that there will be a variety of news is what you want. So you want you don't want one event so big that there's nothing else going on. You want lots of things going on so you have stuff to draw on from various areas. But yeah, obviously, I'm waking up and going, hope some fun stuff's happened. Like the baby hippo who's been born at Edinburgh Zoo. What a lovely time to be born.
I've heard about the hippo.
Apparently you can go and see her now. Apparently that's now available to be viewed. I think she was born on the beginning of the month or the very end of last month. I think she's called Piper. Very cute. The photo they released when she was first born, very adorable. But yeah, bits of animal news and stuff are nice too, to weave in with the horrors.
Yeah, people like animals, but not so hot on horror, I've found.
Yeah. Animals are easier to empathise with.
Yeah. Is there a kind of element in the news that you do skew towards when you're like, oh yes, this has happened. This is my bread and butter. Like, what do you enjoy in the news?
I enjoy talking about things where I feel like I understand the topic well. So environmental stuff I quite enjoy. I enjoy talking about American politics because I find it more interesting than UK politics because of the distance. It feels more like... I know, and I'm friends with lots of Americans, but because I can't personally affect American politics, it feels like something I can learn everything of and know the lore of. So I know a lot more about all the characters and things like that in American politics and can have things to say about it. And then like AI, I hate AI, so I've got lots to say about AI. Good. If I find this interview warped by AI later, I'm coming to find you.
If I find this interview warped by AI, I'm coming to find somebody.
Yeah, so stuff like that where I feel like I know things, because I don't want to... If I'm talking about anything for any length of time, I don't want to seem like I understand it if I don't feel I do. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to find bits where I have something I can bring to it that's a bit of my own knowledge, or at least something I feel like I can learn in the 5 minutes I need to learn it in.
And at the end of a show, is there a moment when you're like, I don't have to look at the news again for another 12 hours or whatnot?
Yeah, although 12 hours, that's generous. I look at it the same evening to work out what I'm going to do the next day. But we have Tuesdays and Wednesdays is like our weekend, so we don't do them. So after the Monday show, there's a few hours where I'm like, I don't have to have a look. And that's nice.
I want to ask about the show after the Fringe. Is there any plans for it?
Would
you do a real talk show if you were offered?
No, I never. Yes, of course I would.
Again, I understand the Ed Sullivan Theatre is free in New York City. So.
Well, yeah, you know what? Pop over, see if they want me. I would love to. I'm trying to work out if I should do it as a monthly London-type gig near me, or if I should do it as a weekly or bi-weekly 20-minute podcast, or I'm trying to work out the things that might be good with it, and I'll probably bring it back to another Fringe of some kind with tweaks to the production and things to make it work better, but things that are a bit shoddy are fun, but working out workflows and stuff. But yeah, I don't want to kill it off after this, so yes, I'll find something to do with it, but I haven't planned what.
You should do it like John Oliver, just put it up online for everybody to watch.
Yeah, I might. I would say he's got a lot of audience already. So I want to make sure if I'm going to do something like that, I can figure out how to find an audience who will want it, because I don't want to.
I want it.
Well, okay, I found one. That's a subscriber. Yep. That counts.
It absolutely counts. It's
good.
I read once, I don't know how true this is, people keep saying it, that like if you're like if you're a photographer and I give you like a penny, you are a professional photographer because you have been paid for your work. Yeah. So just put that out there.
Just keep going. If I make a penny from ad revenue, then I'm a professional YouTuber.
Yes.
That's probably I suppose that's technically true. Yeah.
Where can people find out more about you and the show online?
I am Adele Cliff Comedy on Instagram. I don't use it very often, which is bad. I should use it more often because of content. And if they want to find out during the Fringe, go to the Ed Fringe website, find out about the show. After the Fringe, good luck finding me.
Will you be in like a deep dark hole while you recover?
I'll be curled up sleeping for 24 hours straight, and it'll be lovely. And then I'll wake up and I'll listen to the news just to check I've not missed anything.
See, when you're not doing the show, is there ever anything where you're like, oh, I wish I was doing a show tonight because this thing happened?
Yeah, although 2 days feels like long enough that I can, if something happens on Tuesday, I think I can talk about it on Thursday. It's not
it's still fresh.
Yeah, it's still news. I mean, if it's sort of an anniversary of something, then it's a little harder too. But I think you have a few days of leeway with news stuff because it's clear it's still new if it happened a day or so ago. But yes, there's certain things where you're like, oh, if something really fun happens on the 31st of August, I'll be livid.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of something fun that could happen. If another...
I can think of something really fun that could happen.
What could happen?
Trump could die.
Do we have to wait until the 31st for that?
Look, unfortunately, he seems very unwell, but deeply medically supported. And I don't actually want anyone to die, but at some point he will die. And were it to happen at a point where I could do a show, I would have lots to say.
That would be...
Not wishing death on people, just saying that should an opportunity arise, I'll have things to say.
Yes, there is... You can make mountains out of that molehill.
Oh, yeah.
You can make hay while the sun is shining.
Well, exactly. All of those metaphors. And more. Come to my show to hear metaphors, probably.
Does that mean I'm hired to come and just shout out metaphors?
Do you want to come and shout out metaphors?
I would love to come and just shout out metaphors.
Okay, so we've got a house band, we've got a correspondent, and then we just turn to you and go, Peter, we need a metaphor. And then you...
Don't count your chickens before they're hatched.
And stuff like that. Are they going to be relevant to what we've been talking about?
They could be.
Completely random metaphors?
Let's try a topic.
Okay, today I'm going to talk about Trump's BBC lawsuit where he might have to give up a lot of information about his family and discovery. Have you got a metaphor?
Don't throw glass houses if you live in stone. No, don't throw stones if you live in glass houses.
Don't throw glass houses either. That sounds so dangerous.
Yeah.
But yes, that's
and
a good
waste
one
of houses.
Exactly. And you hurt your stones.
Yeah. And you don't want your stones to get hurt.
Exactly.
Adele, thank you so much for coming in. We've gone completely all over the place. Thank you so much.
We have. We've been so focused.
Yes. Which is what you want. 10 out of 10 professionalism. Right. Thank you for your time today.
Thanks for having me.
Adele Cliff's Topical Early Late Show with Adele Cliff, featuring Adele Cliff, starring Adele Cliff, and also a cameo appearance by Adele Cliff, is on at 7:20 at the Big Yurt at Hoots at Potterrow, every day until the 30th, not including Tuesday the 25th or Wednesday the 26th. And you can also find Adele Cliff's work in progress at 2 p.m. at We Container 1 at Hoots at Potterrow, every day until the 30th, not including Wednesday the 26th. For more information, go to edfringe.com and search for Adele Cliff. This has been The Peter Greenwood Show. I've been